Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a Sephora haul. I want to actually show you what I decided to buy from the Sephora sale. I had a lot of things on my list and I had to kind of pare it down a little bit. I went back and forth, but I figured I'd just go through what I ended up buying from my wish list. And I've tried a few of these products out, a few I have not tried yet, so you'll end up seeing reviews of those in a later video. But a few of them I have tried out and I do have some opinions on. I'll start with just my repurchases, things that I absolutely love or my holy grails that I just went and picked up more of. The first thing on that list is from Olaplex. This is their number 4 bond maintenance shampoo. I use both the shampoo and the conditioner from this line. I have not tried any of their other products. I know they just came out with the number 8, which I think is a hair mask. I haven't tried any of that. I'm about to delve into some of that, but this shampoo and conditioner has completely changed my hair. I have color treated hair. It was pretty processed, and this over the last year has really helped my hair. So I'm a big believer in this brand, and now I'm basically using all Olaplex. I do sneak in some Briogeo. I've talked a little bit about that scalp remedy because I do get itchy scalp, but all in all, this is what I'm generally using every day. So that was the first thing that I purchased. The other repurchase is my moisturizer. I know I talked about this in my wish list video, but I picked up the Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Moisturizer. I absolutely love this, and I know there are other peptide moisturizers out there that are cheaper. This is pretty expensive, but I have not been able to dupe this formula in this packaging. One of the things I love about it is that it's a pump mechanism, so all these great ingredients are protected from light and air. Also, you're not sticking your finger into it, introducing bacteria. Based on the packaging, based on the formula, based on the fact that when I use this at night, my hair is not, my face is not super sticky. It doesn't stick to my pillow. It absorbs really quickly, and I've just had a lot of luck with it, so I'm a big fan. They just released this polypeptide or this Protini serum, which is a lactic acid based serum. I'm interested in that. Usually I like alpha hydroxy acid blends, meaning I like products that use glycolic, lactic, tartaric, all the different alpha hydroxy acids to blend in. And I am a big fan of their Framboise, which is a AHA blend product, mostly glycolic, but it is a blend product. But I'm thinking about trying out that lactic acid. I've heard really good things about it, and I've had good luck with Drunk Elephant in general. I don't use all Drunk Elephant products. Like I said, I can usually dupe their products for a lot cheaper, but I will absolutely give credit where credit is due, and this is definitely one of my favorites. So moving on to things that I purchased that I've never tried before. I have heard wonderful things about this contour palette. This is the Cali Contour palette from Smashbox. I have not tried this yet, so I can't speak to it, but man, these shades are just beautiful. I love the idea of having both cool and warm tone bronzers, having a highlight, having a blush that we can use as a blush. I've heard wonderful things about this palette, and I'm really excited to try it out. So you will see a review of this in an upcoming video, but I've heard wonderful things about it, so I am excited to try it. Another product that I have been playing around with over the last week, and I am in love with it, I'm not surprised by that, is this one from Tarte. This is the Sea Breezy Cream Bronzer in the shade Seychelles. So I talked about the fact that I had picked up the blush, the cream blush in this line, and I absolutely loved it. You're gonna see that in a faves and fails video coming up. And everyone had talked about this bronzer, but I had just picked up a cream bronzer from Fenty, so I was kind of like, I'm not big into cream products, and so I'm like, man, I just picked up one from Fenty, which I do like. Do I really need another cream bronzer right now? And I just kept hearing over and over how good what this was. And once I picked up the blush and fell in love with the cream blush in this line, I was like, oh, that's it, I gotta pick up this bronzer. And you know what, it doesn't disappoint. This is gorgeous. It is not too orange. A lot of bronzers look orange on me because I'm neutral skin toned with a little cool to me, so I don't have any yellow undertones at all. So because of that, a lot of bronzers can appear orange on me, and that's no good, obviously. So this does not appear orange on me. It is pigmented, but not crazy where like if you make a mistake, oh, you know, you're done, you're in trouble for the rest of the day. You can kind of fix things pretty easily. It's just very forgiving. The only thing I'm working on with this is application. Right now I'm using my fingers. I've tried a bronzer brush, but my bronzer brushes are pretty flimsy. They're pretty fluffy and flimsy. I'm gonna have to look into a brush for cream products in general. I think I'm missing out. I think I need a more like a stipple brush or something to be able to apply this quickly and easily. It takes me a little time to apply it just because I'm using my fingers, or I'm using a brush that's not really meant to apply cream products. So if you guys have any recommendations for a really good brush for makeup brush for cream products, I would love to hear your recommendations. Next, this is another product that I have been able to try out and use over the last week or so. This is from Color Wow. This is their Dream Coat Supernatural Spray Anti-Frizz. I do like it. I'm just not sure I can use it alone. So what I've learned is when I use it, it does help with my frizz, and it makes my hair really fluffy, not frizzy, which is good. But at the same time, I feel like I need another product to then come in and take some of that fluffiness away, if that makes any sense. I don't know, you know, when I describe how my hair looks, it can be a little difficult, but I'm playing around with it. I do like it. I think it handles frizz really, really well, but I think I need to play around with it a bit more to know whether this is like the best ever. I do like it. I just don't know if I love it yet. Next up, we've got this BHA product from Pharmacy. This is their Deep Sweep 2% BHA Pore Cleaning Toner. So I love the Paula's Choice 2% BHA. I swear by it. It's one of my holy grails. But I've noticed that there have been so many BHAs that have been released in the last 6 months or maybe year on the market. So, you know, I'm always looking for good products. I'm always looking for things that work really well. And I'm a fan of Pharmacy. I have a few products that I've really enjoyed from the brand. So I figured I'd pick this up. I've only used it for the last 2 days, so I don't think that's long enough to make a good recommendation or whatever, but I've liked it so far. I guess that's all I can say. In the last 2 days, I've liked it so far. I've liked the texture. I've liked the consistency. It sinks in really easily. So far, so good. I don't know when I'm gonna make my opinion known about this. And what I mean by that is when I first started using the Paula's Choice 2% BHA, it took 3 months for me to realize what it was actually doing. And maybe because I wasn't paying attention, because frankly, I wasn't. But it was 3 months in that I actually looked at my pores on my nose and my chin, and I have blackhead problems I always have with my oily skin. And all of a sudden, 3 months in, I was like, whoa, you know, my blackheads were better. My pores appeared smaller. You know, you can't shrink your pores. Your pores don't actually shrink. But when they're not full of gunk, they can appear more tight. And that's what we want. And I had some pretty stretched out pores just from a long history of oily skin and blackheads. And I noticed they looked so much better. So I became a huge believer. Obviously, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to figure this out in a week, a month, 3 months. We'll just have to see. But so far, hasn't broken me out, doesn't cause a problem. I like the texture and consistency. Now, you know, the hard part begins, which is how good is it really? How well does it control my pore size, my blackheads, all of that. Moving on to fragrance, if you watched my wish list video, you know I was going back and forth about some different perfumes. Specifically, I was looking at the YSL Mon Paris. I was trying to decide, do I buy another one or do I buy the new Intense version? And I decided to just get a refill of the Eau de Parfum, just because the Intense version is definitely more for going out, and I'm not really going out that much. So I was like, do I really need another nighttime perfume right now? So I just picked up a replacement. Now I did get the travel size, and this was me trying to be a little bit more frugal. I was saying, gosh, you know, I have a lot of perfumes. I love perfume. I just did a 10 favorite spring perfume video. I will link that down below. You'll see I get very enthusiastic about perfume, especially because I didn't wear any for like 10 years. I was afraid of perfume. I would like go through Macy's and like run going through that area where all the perfumes are because I was so intimidated. And I got into my 40s and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be intimidated anymore. And now I love it. I love trying different fragrances. And so I have quite a few. I just decided, do I need a big one? You know, do I need one? Especially because there's already a few perfumes out there that I really wanna try. And I'm like, I'll just get travel size. And then, you know, if I use up this travel size again, I can make the decision, do I get a bigger one? I am a big fan of this perfume. Like I said in my video, this smells like strawberries. This is like strawberries, raspberries with a little patchouli musk on the end to keep it long lasting. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous perfume. It is perfect for spring. It's a little sweet, but not sugary, icky sweet, which I cannot handle. I don't like super, super sweet perfumes. This is a great balance between fruit and sweet, and the longevity on this perfume is great. I can wear this and all day and I don't have to reapply, which is great. Next, onto brow products. Again, if you watched my wish list video, I was going back and forth between a few different brow products. I was looking at the new Charlotte Tilbury brow products. She's got a new brow pencil, she's got a new brow gel, and I was also looking at the Huda Beauty Balm Brows as well. I ended up deciding to pick up the gel from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Legendary Brows Tinted Eyebrow Gel. I really like this. I've been using it for the last week. When I first opened it, I was so freaked out because, man, look at this. Look at this spoolie. It is tiny. It is microscopic. And I was like, oh my gosh, how is that gonna work? Am I gonna have to like dip this into gel like 6 times just to be able to do my brows? And actually it's perfect. You know, one of my gripes about brow gels is that I make a lot of mistakes with them because, you know, they usually have those really short, stout little spoolies to work with. And I tend to make mistakes. Now, I still like them because they're quick and easy. And one of my criteria is when I make a mistake, if I swipe it and it literally smears and it takes like 5 minutes to get it off my eyelid, then that's not the brow product for me. I definitely use brow gels that I can just do that and they just go away. Also, I hate crunchy brows. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. I do not want to feel my brows super, super crunchy all day. And there's a few brow products out there that brow gels, not necessarily like setting gels, like the 24-hour ones. I'm talking about just simple tinted brow gels. I don't want them to be super crunchy. And this doesn't do that. This kind of gives a nice velvety, smooth appearance to the brow. It's easy to use, it doesn't smear, and even though I thought that little tiny, like thin spoolie was gonna freak me out, I've actually had no problems with it. I really like it. All right, and finally, I know that I looked at a lot of different eyeshadow palettes. If you watched my wish list video, you know I had like 6 eyeshadow palettes on there. I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. And at the end of the day, I just decided, you know what, you can't go wrong with Natasha Denona. Her formula is amazing. I have heard amazing things about this palette, and I kind of split the difference. I didn't get the Biba. I'm still can't deal with the price tag of the Biba palette. That'll just remain. I feel like it's gonna remain on my Sephora wish list forever. It's just gonna sit there for 5 years. Who knows? Maybe I'll decide to spend that money on an eyeshadow palette. But in the interim, I decided to pick this one up. This is the Glam palette. I was gonna say, excuse me for the shininess. This is the Glam palette. This is her cool toned neutral palette. I just think this is beautiful. I've been playing around with this for the last week. Surprisingly, I actually didn't put it on my eyes today, but this is just beautiful. It's cool toned. I was a little nervous about that because I tend to gravitate towards warm tones, but this is beautiful. What everyone said was right. You know, I'm really, really glad I purchased it. It just brings something new to my repertoire. It just allows me to do something different. And frankly, I've worn this, like I said, on and off for the last week and a half, and I've gotten so many compliments on my eyeshadow. And I think it's because it's different. You know, it's different than what I usually wear. So people notice it because it's not what I usually reach for. So I am quite happy with this purchase. You know, like I said, I still I'm still thinking about that Biba palette, and I'll just continue to think about it forever. But I am glad I ended up reaching for Natasha Denona, just because it's tried and true, right? I know I'm gonna like the formula. I have a bunch of her minis. I have the bronze palette, which I really like. So I'm glad I finally pulled the trigger on that. The other palettes I'm still gonna have on that wish list are from the Pat McGrath ones. I've just never tried that formula. It freaks me out a little bit to spend that kind of money, but you know, maybe that will end up, and you'll see that, you know, in the next year or so. We'll just have to see. So that's it, guys. That's what I ended up purchasing through the sale. I would love to hear what you ended up purchasing through the Sephora VIB sale. And I will definitely update you on these products that either I haven't tried or I've just kind of dipped my toe into the pool. I will definitely give you more information as I play around with it. You know, my goal always is not only to have fun with makeup and purchase things that make me happy, but I really want to try things out so that you don't spend your money on things that are just not worth your money. You know, if I can help one person not be regretful of something they've bought, then I'm happy. That's why I started this channel. I would love for you guys to hit that like button. I would love for you to subscribe below, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye, you guys.